Hello everybody, it's me, Frankie Firefist, or the one and only Scrubboy in Scrubboy Files. And this issue is going to be based off of the rest of Battle of the Beach in Battle of the Beach Volume 2. Where we left off was he got knocked out, and who knows what could happen. Could he lose this war? What was going to go on? And then it all ended. It felt like a blank void until he's woken up again, and he thought it was somebody, but no, it was Ghost. First things first, he stood up and gave him a hug after the long embrace for a brother lost now found. He thought he was dead. He knew he was dead. And then he saw drones making this a hologram. He pulls out his revolver, shooting it at both the drones just to see the apprentice version of himself. As what if Scrubboy joined the apprentice? Was Scrubboy never returned to good? He started shooting at him, but his technology was too much. Scrubboy lost his revolver just for not his Gigaduck to fly in. It was Sigma Duck. It was Gigaduck's dad. Before he was robotic, he got defeated by his son. He flew in, took down the apprentice, and for some reason he was nice. He was young. What? No way. So then, he helped out. So then, him and Scrubboy formed an alliance to save their own worlds. Scrubboy knew he'd have to betray him sometime, but he knew that'd be in the future, and you think about right now. So they fought. So they ran through the small city that they're in. It reminded him of Tilted Towers from Fortnite, a video game that he used to play. But he ran through, guns blazing, taking down some Scrubboys, until his cousin from Multiverse of Moon, the end of Volume 1 and the beginning of Volume 2, they got ripped in half from his universe. Because if you remember, he went to a different universe and then came back using the Overwatcher mask. So yeah, his universe, they got a brutal fight, and Scrubboy almost died, so then the dude went into hiding. He came out, using his laser eyes to fight against Gigaduck, and then Scrubboy searched the floor, grabbed a flare gun, shot it at him. He started to burn, but then he used his super speed to run it off, and then grabbed Scrubboy, threw him through a building. He felt every single crunch and pain as he burst through walls, and then he hid behind a shelf, watching his cousin search. But he saw something. This was a collector's room. This wasn't a collector's room. This was a bounty hunter's room. What if what if Scrubboy became Boba Fett's room? He saw the Boba Fett looking weapon. He grabbed it off the wall, started shooting, but the gun overheated, so that he broke it in half, using the metal part to hit his cousin with. And then right as he thought, hey, I might win, he fell through the floor 2 stories. And it seemed that his cousin was fighting Sigma Duck. What if Sigma Duck was good? So then Scrubboy escaped the building, and then he was teleported somewhere. And it was the author's room. It was a kid. It looked exactly like the apprentice. Basically. Sitting back in a chair. Writing at his book. Carefully. Writing the next chapter. And then Scrubboy walked up to him, asking if he was the author of all of this. Was this the reason all of this was happening? The man didn't respond to that question. He only just said, well. I guess Scrubboy's finally sticking his neck out. The ultimate one, at least. Scrubboy thought to himself, what does that mean? He pulled out a volcanic revolver that he stole many years ago. that he hid in his bag and pointing it at the author. And the author just said, I'm writing the final chapter. And then it all cut back. Scribbler's walking out of the building with no memory of it. And we don't have any memory either. What happened? Looks like the author would have scrubbed Scribbler's memory. But Scribbler ran through, guns blazing, and then he was back, doing the exact same thing. Again, and again, and again, until it stopped. This time, he wasn't the only one there. Looks like he did it too early. There's another Scrubboy there. Then it ended. He killed him. And Scrubboy asked, silently, why didn't he do it to me? I'm the one that's been through the most. Scrubboy walked up to the apprentice. This is the first time he got physical, punching him straight in the face, pulling out his revolver, smacking him with it, shooting him in the ankle. The apprentice got up, pulling out his own revolver. Then they both start firing at each other without rounds, so just silent clicking throughout the author's room. The author ended up pulling out a knife, but not to stab it into Scrubboy, to throw it at a bullet board that Scrubboy looked behind him, and it was nobody other than Circuit, the one that cheated death itself. And the apprentice said, your friend cheated death. And he teleported, and Circuit teleported there. And the author started saying, your friend's not the real Circuit. Every universe needed one. So that I made another. But the other didn't play along with my rules. So then the author walked up to his TV, turning it on to show a tape of Circuit hanging in the car in Multiverse of Moon 1 and 2, dying. Then he died. And then the author spawned anew. The same with Gigaduck. After Multiverse of Moon, Kaiju Duck went into hiding. So he didn't do anything to the storyline. So the author made anew. So Scrubboy asked, what about me? The author replied, it's up to you. You can be left in the broken world that you were cursed with from the beginning, or you can join and prosper in a new land, a new place. Redefine who you are from the start. Save the people you love. Maybe even save Johnny Fatlips. But lose the things, the memories of this place. You can save everyone, the apprentice started saying. The apprentice opened up a secret shelf to show that he was Scrubboy. Scrubboy said, you're me. You chose the same path. There was somebody before you, right? And you took it. And this is the offer that you got. The Scrubboy said, no. I was here from the start, the moment I spawned here. This was my mission. And now it's time for me to create yours. No matter if you like it or not. It is time for a change in all of our lives. Maybe it's time for a new life. Then it all ended. Scrubboy woke up in the barracks. Human skin, no memories. And then, same thing happened. He went the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb, and mutated with the crab. It all felt so familiar, but he never knew how. Picking up jobs here and there, he started seeing Scrub Boy comic books, thinking that all of his memories were just from reading comic books as a child. He was never himself. He was mutated, he was a crab and all, but will he make the same decisions? Will he join the apprentice? Will he be evil enough to stay in the mafia? Will he go mercifully and will he be merciful and not kill Ghost? Would he have jumped down and tried to help Gigaduck when he was fighting Sigma Duck? Would he have never got involved in Domestic Dilemma? These are the questions that you shall ponder as we enter the new age of Scrub Boy. To be continued in the next episode. Signing off.